All right, thanks for stopping by. So it's that time of year again. Time to get the propane tank hooked up. I like these 15-pound tanks, a little bit smaller than your typical 20-pound barbecue grill tank. This is Blue Rhino. You can get them at Lowe's and gas stations. This one came from Family Dollar because it was the cheapest one I could find here in Quartzsite. $62 for a brand new tank. And I will get this refilled at Patty's Propane on Main Street in Quartzsite when it goes empty, and that'll take almost all winter before I'll need to have it refilled. So I'm going to remove this, and let's go step by step on how to hook the hose up to it. And then I'm going to get the buddy heater out of storage, which is up in a cabinet over here, and I'll show you step by step how I do it. So I'm going to have it go here, and the ratchet strap goes around the back of this bed platform so it'll have some stability, and then we just ratchet it down. Level it as we go. There we go. Snatch on it good. And that's what keeps it upright while I drive. All right, now I'm going to put this end into here. And this is why I like the Buddy brand hose for the Buddy heater. This is not an off brand. It's the actual Buddy heater brand hose. 10 feet long. And it goes inside here. The ones that are off-brand go on the outside, and see, you only get like 2 big threads there. And on this one, it's a much better seal. All right, so let's get that put in. So this is important to mention. This thread's backwards. See, it goes that way, counterclockwise. There we go. All right, let me get that snugged up, and then we'll run the hose under the bed. I have a hook under there, and it'll come out on the other side and go into the buddy heater. Okay, so now moving to the inside of the van. Here's the buddy heater. Here's my filter. Here's my 10-foot buddy hose that I've fished in from under the bed. Now, they advertise that you don't need a filter if you buy this hose, the 10-foot buddy heater hose. But I have found that you need a filter no matter what. So I've got a filter that I bought last year. It's been in storage the whole time. Let's pop this open and I'll show you how it all mounts together. So when you open it up, you've got instructions here on what to do. You'll need to remove this little plastic tubing here from the brass pin. So let's see if I can do that with one hand. Just barely. Okay, there it is. This end screws onto here. See there? And then this end will screw on this one. And this one does not turn counterclockwise. It turns normal clockwise. So doing this with one hand, it's a little iffy. I just want to get it started. I'm gonna have to get it started. Let me put the camera down. I will be right back. Okay, I've got it on finger tight. And you may want to grab some pliers like this and give it like a quarter turn to snug it up after you get it on as tight as you can with your hand. And then we'll take some of this soapy water and spray on it to make sure there's no bubbles, no leaks. I've never had any issues with any of this leaking before. Okay, so let me loosen the brass end up so I can tighten this end up, and then we'll do this brass end last. Okay, so I've got this on as tight as I can get it with my hand. That's it. And this one you have to push as you turn the threads to get it started. There, I did it with one hand. Okay. But you have to push in on this part as you start to twist. Okay. So you've got just a couple of threads left there. And I'm getting to where I can't really do it by hand anymore. So I'm going to grab my pliers. Be gentle. And just give it a snug down. You don't want to break it. So that ended up being about a little more than a quarter turn. That's tight. Okay. And you only want to use these filters for one season. Get a new one every fall. And then there's your part number here, which won't focus for some reason. F273699. Okay. Now the buddy heater is going to mount on these screws I already have here. There's one, there's the other. There we go. And I've got a space large enough to put my hand under. I know it's safe to put it on the floor, but I noticed last year that it did get this mat pretty warm, so this way I've raised it up where I can have that space. And I may even do a little bit of aluminum foil here too, just to reflect the heat. Okay, so let's turn it on and then I'll spray for leaks. All right, so push and hold the pilot light. Yeah, I knew when I let go it was not going to stay. So let's hold it for like 30 seconds. I don't know, let's try it now. There we go. I've got to replace this little piece of white tape here. I like to be able to see this at night. Okay. Oh, I forgot to show you that there was no leaks. I sprayed it with stuff around the side here. And that's on a swivel, by the way. Because you can also put the little green bottles on there without the filter. There's the pilot light. All right, it says when you start it up, you kick it up on high. Whoa. I had a bag over it all summer, but it still has some dust on it. You can see it burning the dust off. So I'm going to leave this rolling until it starts to turn orange. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the daytime. Also, the wind is blowing and I got the doors open, so I hope it doesn't blow the pilot light out. All right, to my eyes, it looks like it's turning orange, but the camera, I don't know if it's picking it up or not. Now it is, okay. All right, so I'm going to leave it on high for just a few more seconds. There, we got a nice glow going. That'll burn all the dust off. Ooh, it's running me out of here. It's too hot. Okay, now we're going to dial it down to low. Pilot light's making a little more noise now. I don't know if that's because the wind's blowing or what. I'll let it run for about 10 minutes to get all the air out of the line. So while that runs, let's jump back out here to the back of the van. And I'll try to give you a shot of so here's the hose. This is on. That's tight. And it goes under the bed there. And I've got a hook that it goes on top of. So now I need to put all this stuff back. Let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my Starlink back under the bed there, got my crate back under the bed. I checked to make sure this tubing is not pinched by anything. It goes under the more spacious side of the bed than under, and then it goes over the hook, which keeps it off the floor, and then it goes to the buddy heater. And I've got this ratchet down really tight. See, it won't move. I can move it this way, it's not going anywhere. And that's the pliers you might need to do this job. I think I'll leave them there. All right, let's go back in and check on the pilot light. Oh, it's hot in here. All right, it's settled down. It's quiet now. So I'm going to take this down to pilot light only. Probably let that run about 5 minutes, and then we'll shut everything off. And I will always cut off the main valve on the propane tank after I do this. You know what? This is what I'll do. I'll put it on the pilot light here. Now I'm going to go out to the back and I'm going to turn the main valve off. So I'm going to turn this off and then let that bleed out. All right, that's off. Nice and tight. All right, let's go back in. And that will continue to flow for probably 5 more minutes until all that comes out. And then I will turn this off. And that's the pattern I will continue to use every time I use it. All right, thanks for watching. Take care, be well, and smash the bell.